Hi Chevra, welcome back to the short Vort. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to everyone. Afreilich Chanukah, as Chanukah is upon us. So here we go, in honor of both Parsha Vayeishev and Chanukah. We all know about the division, the terrible division, the strife between the brothers, the Sinat Chinam, the Sinat Achim of Joseph and his brothers. And in a startling move, Yaakov knew what was going on, and yet, when the brothers were out in Shechem, and Yosef wasn't there, and the brothers were doing their thing, in Shechem, shepherding, Yaakov sends Yosef there, alone. Lech na re'eh et shlom achecha. I want you to go. I want you to go to Shechem, and I want you to check on the peace of Israel, see how they're doing. Just go check in on your brothers. Now we know that one of the sources of the strife and the resentment between the brothers and Yosef was that Yaakov kind of gave Yosef jurisdiction or kind of a leadership role over the brothers, and he's the younger kid, and all of a sudden he's checking in on them, and he's advising his father about what they are or aren't doing, and that's like the source of the machlokes, or one of them at least. And Yaakov sends Yosef like sort of in the midst of this rift as it's getting into a fever pitch. He sends him alone to go and check out how they're doing. So Rab Simcha Bunim, or Rab Bunim Mipeshishcha, says here's what it means: Lech na re'eh et shlom achecha shenishtadel lirot et shleimutam shel ha'achim. You know what's going to quell this machlokes, quell this strife, make things better? Go and look at the whole picture. Zoom out when you think about your brothers and see at ma'alotehem, v'lo et chesronotehem. See their positives. Look at the good things that they do. Look at their good qualities. Don't just focus on the negative, on what you found in, whatever they were doing, and there are different midrashim that speak to that, or just the way they're treating you. Don't go there. Hone in on the good. Find that good. And through that, maybe you could really mollify them. You can actually find peace and create harmony. And we also know in the tefillah of the famous Rebbe Elimelech of Lezhensk, the Noam Elimelech, he says there's this tefillah, right, this introduction to prayer. And he says, "Shenir'eh kol echad ma'alat chavereinu v'lo chesronan." May we all see the positive qualities in our friends and not the negative. And all too often, unfortunately, we focus on the negative. This is the society we live in. This is the world we live in. And it could rip us apart. And if only we just focused on all of the good, and even if there's not all good, even if there's some good, even if there's a tiny nikudah, a tiny point of goodness, that's even enough. And that brings shleimus, not just harmony to others, that to us, that we wouldn't fight, but shleimus, fulfillment to the world, to the way we live our lives, that we're, instead of looking and trying to accentuate negatives, we look to accentuate positives. That is something that all of us can and should strive for. That's why we light a menorah. That's why we light a candle, just one candle, one flame, in a sea of darkness. And we know what that flame, what that light can do. May we see the light in everyone, and may we spread it to all that we come in contact with. Have a good one.